let's get going. I don't like this. Okay. Oh. Woo. No, that's not that bad. Look at my freaking arm. So here's an overview of the trip that we just took, and that's the mountain right there called Cerro Chino, and the elevation to the tippy top is 4,720 feet above sea level, and the rise from the ground to the top is about 1,300 feet. And we ended up camping right here in this gravel pit because the terrain is a little nasty, so we thought right there in the gravel would probably be the best spot. And we started out right here from my grandmother's place, and it's about 220 acres. And so we ended up hiking down to this washout and all the way down to where it fizzles out right here, up this ridge down to that wash, up that ridge down into that wash, and then we were planning on going up here to this road and then down into that wash to the arroyo. But what actually happened is we ended up getting to this road and we thought we were right there, and we went down into this washout and hiked it down to the arroyo and up to the mountain, which was no big deal. We ended up at the same place, but we did get a bit confused. And the total distance of the route that we took was 4.85 miles, and it's not really even very far, but the weight on our back combined with that terrain and all those steep ridges, it was pretty hard, man. It took us a good full day to hike that. But we ended up having quite a bit of fun and got some pretty cool views. So I'll get you over to the video. It starts out with Audie's GoPro, and then that dies halfway through the trip, and the rest of it is on my phone. So you get to see both point of views. Enjoy. Alright, so just arrived. And, we're just going to spend the rest of the day here relaxing, and in the morning we're going to set out, hopefully, that mountain over there. Alright, we just got the bag loaded up, and it's about 7:30, 7:40. It's getting pretty light out, so probably gonna start heading out soon. We just got our stuff dropped off. Tanner's gonna take her grandmother up the hill since she doesn't want to try to drive that thing through ruts, but got our bags on there. We still need to strap our firearms to them and then start walking up this washout. And I don't know if you can see up there, but that little peak peeking over is the top of that mountain we're going to. So alrighty, we're all geared up. Right now it's about, I'd say, like low 50.
Yeah, feels like it.
Yeah, of course we got some really thin, stuff on because it's going to start getting hot, but we need to protect ourselves from the sun, so hopefully it doesn't get too cold at night, but we'll see. It's kind of hard to hop down here. Our bags are about 70 pounds.
Probably close to 80 now.
Yeah, probably 75. Yeah, good thing you brought those clippers. I mean, it's large, but yeah.
Look at the tracks. It's hooves, so it's probably Javelina.
It's a pretty big poop for Javelina, though. I feel like they'd be a bit smaller, but
yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, there's some pee right there too.
Yeah.
What is it? Maybe a donkey,
fresh,
but
I can smell it, and that pee's wet.
Yeah. Oh shit. So I think we made it to the little fork off right here. Kind of like our first checkpoint, I guess, but probably gonna take a little break, drink some water, and head up that way. Hopefully it's not too steep. Canteen's still a little soapy when I washed it out.
to down over right there is that wash. A little higher up now. You can really see that little washout valley we're in. Over there is Mexico, this mountain range, not too far from the river. We just found this hole in the ground. It's a little buried in, but there's another one over there. We're worried for a second that might have been bees, because I guess out here they tend to make nests underground rather than trees, because there's no trees. So
We got our emergency bee nets for our face.
yeah, so
If we start hearing them buzzing, we'll just throw these bad boys over.
so trying not to step on any of that, because it'd be super dangerous.
Yeah, out here, you can't run.
Yeah,
I mean, you can try to run down the hill, but
more worried about that than snakes, honestly. That is steep. Yeah, I think we can do it. Alright, let's try this. Oh yeah.
nice.
Alright. Third wash. Alrighty.
Try to mark all our ridges. That way we can find our way back a little easier.
Yeah.
A couple more ridges to climb.
Yeah, but this stuff's super thick because
It's getting hairy.
I mean, no one's walked around here.
Thorns all up in our thighs by now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't step on this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess make the jump.
Yep.
Yeah. Alright. My turn. Alright, yeah, I'll just go for it. Okay.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm getting pretty gassed up here. We had to take a break.
Yeah.
I'll eat a little snack.
Drink some soapy water.
Yeah. We need to drink lots of water.
Yeah. Backs are drenched.
Yeah, I'm soaked.
It's probably about 75 right now.
Feels like
degrees.
it's in the 70s, yeah.
Yeah, so. Yep. Probably gonna take a little 10-minute break. I already killed off our first quart.
It only gets lighter weight from here, so that's good. The hardest part of the hike was with the heaviest weight.
Yeah, so.
No choice, though. Yeah, this is what we're packing. But a lot of weight.
So, but yeah, that's why it's a bit more dangerous to hike out here, because you got to bring your water with you.
Yeah, got this.
Bring a little first aid. I got a bigger one in my bag just in case as well. Yeah.
Good. Sponsored by HEB.
Yeah, right. Please.
Yeah, please sponsor.
Please sponsor. Got our other marker up there, and you know, every ridge put a little marker up. But let's see. We were kind of walking along this, and then took a turn. So I'm pretty sure we're up right here.
That's the tank?
That's that tank, yeah. Alright, another tough descent. This one's ready. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, kick up all those loose ones. Ooh. Good?
Yep.
Alright.
Alright, good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. We'll go take more of a backwards approach. Yeah. Okay, let's look at what we got here. Yeah, I might just slide down my butt, honestly. Woo! Alrighty.
Having a little break here, splitting a sandwich and having some water. We just hiked down this big ridge, and we're maybe halfway there. Got my trusty judge right here, right on the hip. What about you?
Yeah, got my
1911. Oh, sweet.
right here on the side.
So, yep. It's getting pretty hot. Sun's getting high. Splitting a sandwich. Drinking some soapy water.
Yeah.
So right here in this washout is a vein of black sand, and it's usually metallic, and it's quite heavy. So if you get it, dig down a foot or so right here, and you put it in a gold pan, and you start panning, you'll usually find flakes of little gold flakes. But I definitely don't want to carry soil back because we're already heavy enough. So Just a cool little thing. I found a couple flakes out here in the desert on our ranch before, but nothing noteworthy, just little flakes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, the streaks go all the way up over there. So
yeah, there's a big deposit right there too.
yeah.
If you find a
Very
big rock
interesting.
and dig behind it, sometimes you'll find a whole bunch of black sand. And then if you put a magnet to it, it usually will stick to the magnet, and that's how you know there's probably gold in there. Pretty cool stuff.
I don't know if you can see, but there's Adelina.
Little collared peccaries go.
That's cute.
We could smell them before we saw them.
Yeah.
Oh, look at them. Hopefully they don't fuck with us.
I don't think they don't have.
Shoot.
It looked like he had a little tusk on the side.
They might. I don't really know. But that's really cool. Like back there, before we took this turn, I could smell them, and I thought it was poop, but it was so strong, and then we just started hearing them.
Yeah.
They're very stinky animals.
Oh, look at all that black sand up there, though.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. What's that thing? Are they eating that?
Yeah, what is it?
That's a yucca stalk.
Oh, yeah.
The stalk of a yucca.
Neat. Yeah, they came running out of this little wash right here. That is a lot of black sand.
I wish we had our gold panning pan and a good water source. We could sit here for a little while.
Yeah, that is
That's
very
sick.
cool.
Very cool. That's probably the best one I've ever seen out here.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Wow. That's too bad that we're not here for gold panning.
Yeah. Trying to figure out where exactly we are. We think we're either somewhere right here or somewhere right there, hopefully. Either way, that washout over there should be getting to this big one.
Taking a break. We're probably about halfway. You can't really see it. Oh yeah, you can. There's Cerro Chino. Still a couple miles out, but it's awesome up here. This is the farthest we've ever been. You got Mexico right here, and then you got the Chinati Peak right there. And then those ones are super cool, but I don't even know who owns those or what they're called. I'm sure they have names, but it's really pretty. Went down and up 2 really big ridges and a couple small ones, so I'd say we're about halfway. Taking a much needed break with our sweaty backs.
Okay, so we've been hiking up this, we just found it's a bit more concerning. I don't know if it's disease or predator, but this thing's down here for a reason, obviously. A little spooky, but some nice horns on that thing, damn. Okay, so we took off one of those horns, or the shell of it. It's full of maggots. It smells awful right now, so we really want both, so I think we're gonna fill them with sand or some shit. But man, that is ripe.
We came across this dead, what would this be, Audie? And I took the horns off of the bone. It was all nasty and had maggots inside, but I got the horns. They're a little fucking stinky, but I'm gonna put some dirt in them and dry them out, and then hopefully they don't stink too bad the rest of the trip. I really want to take these.
Yeah, and these washouts sometimes around here, there's like natural springs coming up, so it's kind of expected to see water like this.
Yeah, a good water source. So if we deplete all of our water that we've been carrying, we can actually dig a little pit and use our water filter and get some fresh spring water.
Yeah. Pretty lucky find. It's right next to where we're gonna set up camp.
This is the second time we've run into this group of collared peccaries. There's probably, what, about 10 of them?
Yeah.
Maybe a little more. We got super close last time. So, I don't know, we're at the base of Cerro Chino, so we're pretty much done for the day. We just need to find a campsite, and it's very, very hot now. Getting pretty beat. And everything that we thought was walkable is way less walkable than we thought. Pretty cool though. So this is our campsite. We're gonna camp between these 2 big boulders. And we actually landed right on the spot of the map that we wanted, the gravel pit. And that was our intended campsite, and it actually worked out wonderfully. We're here in this basin. That Cerro Chino, though, at least the beginning of it, it goes up taller. And we found this nice little area. I just cut away all the brush, and then Audie's picking it out, and we're nice and secluded. No one can see our fire from that way, which there's a road a little ways over. That way just goes on for miles. That's the way we came. And then there's a mountain there, so we're completely hidden. What you think, Audie?
Sucked.
Yeah, that was a bitch of a hike. That was pretty rough. And now we just gotta clear out all these rocks so we can set up our tent. But I think this is a perfect spot. It's pretty much as good as it can get. So we're all set up. We found a nice little camping spot between two boulders. We dug out all the shrubs, got the rocks moved, built a little fire pit. Of course, got the tent set up. And we're right next to the mountain. We are 3/4 of the way up Cerro Chino. You can actually see Meemaw's place up that way. And there's a little town in Mexico way over there. Probably can't even see it. But yeah, a little bit farther, and then we're at the top. First day. Hiked out here way harder than we thought, and we'll summit the first day. That's pretty good. There's that arroyo that we took. Man, this is a tough climb, but it gets cooler every time we get up higher and stop.
Just got a text.
You did?
Yeah.
Do we have 1 bar Mexican Wi-Fi up here?
Probably.
We officially made it. Technically that's the tippy top, and we're about to go up there. Oh, right there. And you can also see the trailer, but I'm sure they can't see us even if they looked. There's no way they could see us. There's Mexico over there. All right, let's go to the tippy top. Made it to the top of Cerro Chino finally. There's the houses way over there. That's where we started. Pretty crazy, huh? Good job. Yeah. So this is the peak that we've been seeing for the past 14 years at our ranch. We always see it. So I'm gonna get a nice heavy rock and put this fiber right there. Pretty steady right there. Cool. Alrighty, let's head back down. That's good. So for firewood, since there's not really any trees here, we just pull out these dead cactuses, and they're kind of like wood, and there's so many of these around. And what these are is those tall green ones like that. And when they die, they just dry up into these crazy looking sticks, and they're pretty flammable. So we're just going around collecting these as much as we can. Alrighty, got the first fire going. We're gonna cook some, what we're doing, corn?
Corn?
Yeah.
And later some ravioli.
Yep. Some corn for snack, and then later after it gets dark and we've been chilling, we'll have a bit of ravioli. A 2-pound can of ravioli. Yeah, we're gonna kill it real quick. We're starving.
Yeah.
I think we decided we're gonna start heading back tomorrow just leisurely and get home at a reasonable hour since we have to work on Monday.
Yeah.
So
We already killed one of those.
yeah, we killed a water already, and we only have 1 more each. So, because you killed yours too, right?
Yeah, it's got like.
Yeah, a little bit left. I see it. Yeah, so we brought 2 gallons for 2 days. So I think it's probably best to head back tomorrow. But shit, I mean, we climbed a mountain, so I'm pretty content. I'm not sweating it. Maybe next time we can cheat and drive a little closer.
Yeah.
Bring some buddies. Yeah.
That's not that bad.
Look at my freaking arm. Yikes.
Stings my cuts.
Celebratory rum shot. So it's starting to get dark a little bit. This It's getting there. It's evening. We got a fire going. We're about to cook up this bad boy. 2 pounds of beef ravioli. We're pretty damn hungry, so we're just waiting for that to die down so we could get the coals nice and hot and ready. We just took a shot of rum. We're pretty much good to go. Until it gets dark, then we're gonna get scared. Yeah. It's gonna be a bit scary. All right, just got dark. It's not super dark yet, but we just made a ravioli. It's piping hot, can't even touch it. We're a little buzzed. We drank all that rum already. 3 shots each. Yeah. Pretty toasty. It's getting windy as f. Yeah, it is. Getting a little chilly too. So we're about to dig into this right here, boy. Hell yeah.
Here's the sleeping quarters. Pretty tight. It's super dusty though. This shit doesn't zip up. All my shit covered in dust. Getting ready to head out for day 2. Already packed up camp. Had a very sandy, windy night. Those tents didn't do a very good job of keeping out the dust and the sand, so probably taking 5 pounds back with us. But yep, got everything out of here. No trash left behind. Put on some sunscreen, good to go. Yep. Alrighty. Day 2, let's go. So we just hiked away from Cerro Chino. We're down in the main arroyo. And the insert into our little wash is right there. Not the wash really close to our ranch, but the one that we took to get to the main arroyo. So we still have about 80% of our trip to go. We kind of just got started. Could be a long day. Coming up on the bee cave. That was probably the scariest part of our trip, because we had this big blockage that we had to climb over or under. It was just a big pain, and then we kept hearing bees, but we didn't know where they were. And I think as soon as we finally jumped over all that stuff, we landed right in front of that cave, and it was just like, oh shit. So we threw on our masks and kind of ran out here, but now we got to go back past it. We're hoping that it's early enough and cool enough that the bees won't be out and about. They might still be kind of cold and inside the cave, but we'll see. I better put my mask. All right, we're at the bee cave, but we were right. It's still pretty cool, so they're not all out and about. But let's get going. I don't like this. Yeah, go. So I'd say we're about halfway back. Well, not to the house, but we're halfway back to our insert point that we started at, I think. So we're about where this black smudge is. We crossed that off because that was a mistake, but I think that's about where we are. And we got to get through that wash, over the hill into our wash, head down to our pickup point. But we may end up walking back to the house as well. So we're gonna still have a pretty long day, but it's going a lot easier since our packs are so light. This is some steep terrain though. There's another collared peccary. We've seen about 3 or 4 in this little washout. They're not too aggressive, I don't think. They keep running, but we always take out our pistols just in case. 'Cause the hogs in Central Texas will charge at you. Yeah, they're eyeballing us. There he is. Yeah, he's leaving. Pretty crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad they're not aggressive like the hogs where we live. Those things are super aggressive. And they're a lot bigger too. we're almost back though. I think we have a couple more turns and then we're at our road that goes to our house. So that one, we got back quick.
Yeah.
Super quick.
Cut off like 4 hours.
Yeah, there's a lot less weight and the weather's a lot better. So there's Cerro Chino, about, I don't even know how many miles away, but we're on our road now. Got about a mile and a half back to the house. But at least it's on a road. The hills are still killer, but at least the brush isn't a problem. But yep, just yesterday evening we were up there on that little tippy top. Pretty crazy. We did exactly what we felt like doing. Even got back a bit early, so now we can get in the hot tub and have some beers. All right, let's go. All right, day 3, we're on our way home. Got the truck loaded up. We got some plants in the back. Taking some desert plants to, you know, take back to the hill country. So we got about 9-hour drive, probably.
Yeah, about there.
Yep. When I travel places, I like to collect these little survey benchmarks. This one's from the Grand Canyon, and it's just a fridge magnet. It's not legit, but they have them in the gift shop sometimes. And this one's from a wildlife ranch in Arizona that I went to. Not a lot of places make these, so they're pretty rare. They're hard to find. But for this trip to Cerro Chino, I had a guy on Etsy make a couple for me. And it looks pretty good. It's not as good as the other ones. I think this one's probably the most realistic. I'm in construction and real estate, so I actually do a lot of survey type stuff. So that's why I collect these specifically. And he did a pretty good job. I think it was like 20 bucks. It's a little bit bigger than my other ones, but it's a cool addition to my collection. I can keep them on the fridge and take a look at it every once in a while. Remind me of that trip that we took together. So it's a cool little souvenir. And my brother told his girlfriend that there was a gift shop up there and we bought these, which is pretty funny, but nope, nothing out there. Private property, no gift shops. But yeah, pretty neat. I'll link that guy in the video, that way y'all can find it if it's something that y'all are interested in. He did a pretty good job. It was real quick too. I've been home for about a day and I've been procrastinating super bad about cleaning out my truck with all our gear. It's a disaster still. And these mats, you can't really tell from this angle, I think the other side, but these mats got super chewed up. It looks like a dog got a hold of them from all the thorns and stuff. But yeah, it's just all of our gear and trash from the road trip. And then I got all these plants in the back still. I got to find out which ones made it and divvy them up for my brother and I. Right, buddy? That's always the worst part about getting back from a trip is unpacking and trying to get your life back in order, going to work and all that stuff. So I think I'll wait for another day because today's my anniversary. I got to start cooking dinner. Come on, buddy.
Hey, one more thing before the video's over. I wanted to mention that my grandma rents out her place on Airbnb, and you can find it on TripAdvisor, on Facebook, and just on Google if you type in Chinati Mountain Retreat. It's an awesome place out there. There's tons of stuff to do. You can go dirt biking, four-wheeling, you can go hiking, obviously. There's tons of wildlife out there, lots of birds and plants and other stuff to check out. And right next to us is Chinati Hot Springs, and they have a hot tub and a pool. And then our buddy Charlie Angel actually runs an expedition company down there, and he can take you whitewater rafting, he can take you on Jeep tours, he can take you up to see petroglyphs, and pretty cool stuff like that. But look it up on Google, it's Chinati Mountain Retreat. Thank you.